Hi, welcome to day 43 of 60 Days of Inspiration with Kathleen Gonzalez, and we are studying Living the Sacred Yes, Affirmations for Action by the Reverend Deborah L. Johnson. And today's reading, Mirrors and Reflections of Each Other. There is only one life, one power, one essence. It expresses as each and every one of us. We all live in the same energy field. We all love with the same heart, think with the same mind. We exist only because we are connected to the whole. Individually, we are distinct expressions, but not separate entities. Any sense of separation or otherness is an illusion. You are a representation of me, and I of you. We are mirrors and reflections of each other. I can't do anything to you without it reciprocating on me. There is only one of us here. So there is only one life, one power, one essence. It expresses as each and every one of us. We all live in the same energy field. We all love with the same heart, think with the same mind. That part's really interesting. I can sort of get the one life, one power, one essence piece. This is kind of the koan about, that comes up when I was a kid in Catholic school, and it was like, well, everything, God is everywhere, God is everything, but then, you're not, but you are, and, but you have to be baptized, and you have to be confirmed, and then maybe you'll go to heaven, maybe not, kind of thing. And it was always really confusing. Like, what? How come? And there was never any really good answer. So I understand how we can each be expressions of God. I think the one metaphor that works for me a lot is that we're all like drops in the ocean. That when we're in the ocean, we're not separate from the ocean, but we can we can be drops, right? And then when we go back, then we're not drops anymore. But we all love with the same heart, think with the same mind. And I think when they're talking about mind is that, it's like we're all coming from somewhere. And we all have the same root that we come from, the same beginnings or the same source. And so in that single source, there's a single mind. And so as we're individual expressions of God or of the divine, we have the same heart and we have the same mind. Everybody came from the same place. And we all live in the same energy field. I can get that part. We exist only because we are connected to the whole. And that part I agree with as well. I think that there's something that breathes us, something that powers us beyond this little, nuclear reactor thing we call our body. But that we're connected to something we're connected to life. I would call it life, being alive. That there's some essence of being alive that we're all connected to. And then, when we die, we kind of lose that connection. And we're connected to somewhere else, something else, somehow else. But this is like our special treat on earth, is to have this connection to life, so that when we're here in this body, we get to experience this thing called life. Pretty exciting. Individually, we are distinct expressions, but not separate entities. Any sense of separation or otherness is an illusion. You are a representation of me and I of you. And what if we actually, could live that way? What if we didn't have all these false, false beliefs in there about, I don't know, these like negative thoughts and feelings and self-judgments and judgments and, fears and all these things that get in the way of actually communicating with each other and appreciating each other and loving each other and having fun with each other and all these really unfortunate things that get in the way of that. And something, whatever it is that tells us we have to get ahead of one another or be better than one another or prove something to somebody about something in order to be worthy of notice, right? So there's a bunch of different things in there, kind of problems in there that have gotten in the way of our just seeing each other with loving kindness and full appreciation and having fun together, right? We are mirrors and reflections of each other. I can't do anything to you without it reciprocating on me. There's only one of us here. And so that's kind of like, these are like the rules of physics in the divine, in the area of the divine, right? That, I don't know, in physics it's for each and every action there's an opposite reaction, but maybe that comes across into the divine, into the spiritual realms as well. It's like if we push this way spiritually, then we're going to get a push back. And so it just, gives us some opportunity to think about acceptance, right? And finding acceptance and finding joy and finding kind of the good in everything so that we're not busy, pushing and pulling, but we're just like moving and being and experiencing and enjoying. There's only one of us here. There's only one of us here. Just to that, really we're all made of stardust that happened, at one point in time we were all stardust, and then now we're what we are. And there's one thing that we have in common, and that is that we have life, and we're, happen to be here on this planet right now, and like we could just, lay down our arms and decide we're going to have a good time and we're going to make it happen, make it work the way it could. I mean, there's plenty of resources, there's plenty of people, there's plenty of fun to be had and plenty of love in the world. And we could just decide that let's do it that way. That would be fun. So that's, mirrors and reflections of each other. Thank you.